Good evening, my dear YouTube viewers. Today also continue the genesis of caste system in India. Ambedkar studied number of professors' ideas about the caste system. Those are Senart, Nesfield, Risley and Ketkar. So these four are highlighted. Senart said the caste covers the following features like sorry closed corporation, hereditary, traditional organization, and act as a chief counselor, bounded together by common occupation, marriage, and food aspects used the pollutions, penalties, and finally irrevocable exclusion from the group. This is the Senate ideas about the caste system. What about the Nesfield? A class disown the interaction and relationship with other class and neither intermarry nor eat or drink with any person of their own community. But according to Risley, his idea is collection of families bearing a common name with a specific occupation, common descent from the mythical ancestor or divine, and opined that they form the single homogeneous community. Mr. Ketkar idea is the social group consists of the two features: membership through the birth, membership for forbidden by inexorable social law to marry outside the group. But Ambedkar and other schemes said caste is a isolated unit, a separate unit. The idea of pollution is a feature of caste. He found the Nesfield caste system, in the Nesfield caste system, absence of the dining and interdining. In the Ketkar's caste system, two features are important: prohibition of intermarriage, membership of the autogeny, that is the membership through the birth. Among Hindus, castes are endogamous, gotras are exogamous. That is, within the caste, people should marry. Gotra means within the same gotra, people should not marry. That's why we used the word caste as an endogamous unit, whereas gotras are exogamous. In case if they were not follow the exogamous or the endogamous principles, they should pay the penalties to the community elders. Ambedkar concluded on two conditions. If man dies, that is husband dies, the wife become the widow. So surplus, extra woman will be available. One husband has died. That's why wife is a surplus. In a mathematical fashion, the Ambedkar wants to explain the caste system. If a woman dies, the husband or the man is a surplus. So any counterpart is absent, another person remaining is a surplus to the society. If the caste group does not want to think about the surplus, then they break the endogamy. So they do not want to the any extra members, maybe as a widower or widow, because it is better, that will disturb the endogamy system. Endogamy means same group of people, same caste people, they should marry. Example, if a woman as a surplus, that is husband is dead, she will be thrown on fire where the husband was about to burn. Even though she is not interested, the custom is telling she should also die along with the husband. Why? Because she should not become the surplus person in the same caste or the community. By this, the caste group is strictly keep up the caste endogamy, balance of the sexes. If the husband dies, the woman, if she is living alone, this is the one sex is absent, another sex is present. So here it is imbalances. But the caste system is maintaining the balance. Both should die or both should alive. That's why widow system is not there. Widows are absent. Widowhood is absent. And when the widow is not there, there is no chance for the remarriages. Next, Second, if the man as a widower, if the wife dies, the man will be called as a widower. He become the surplus. But he can go for die. So if he is very much love towards her wife, deceased wife, he may die. That is his individual choice. Or else, that is one condition. Or else, because of the patriarchal society, male dominated society, he was not allowed to be as a surplus or alone. He should be again repair. That is the caste society will encourage them remarriage for that widower. But again there is a problem in the society. If the widower marriage a particular girl, marriageable age girl, marriageable age means 13 plus, she should attain the puberty. Again it is a problem, because already another boy who got that marriageable age, this girl they will marry. So if a old person, the widower will marry the marriageable age, that another marriageable boy was become the surplus. So better he should not marry the marriageable age girl. So he should be allowed to marry the girl who is not attained to the puberty. That is girl child. Girl child is allowed to marry the elderly person. The elderly person name is, marital status is widower. So the men was, the society is encouraged the girl child who were not yet reached the puberty. This is very important point. Finally he concluded, the Ambedkar, that the Hindu society is prohibition of remarriage. Prohibition of remarriage is nothing but they do not want to see the woman alone, or she should not come as an extra calculative person. So she should die. No other alternative. So there is a remarriage system is cancelled, widowhood system is cancelled, and encourage the minor girl child. As a widow she should not alive. As a girl child, because of elderly person, male person who is a marital status is a widower, she can marry or he can marry the girl child, but not the marriageable age girl. So second marriage is only for the widower. All these are helpful to keep up the endogamy strictly. In order to maintain the endogamy continuously, no widower, no widow status, it should be cancelled. In case if these two are present, extra persons they will alive in the society. They should not want to see that extra, that is surplus. But the woman, she should forcibly die. So no widow, no widowhood. But the man, he can also undergo some suicide or something like that. He may also die. But there is a chance for the man to marry the girl who is not attained to the marriageable age, that is not puberty. Once again we will recap the information. The genesis of caste system in India. Ambedkar studied number of definitions with regarding to the caste system by the various foreign professors, not by the Indian professors. There are 4 professors were highlighted. Those were Sennott, Nesfield, Risley and Ketka. Sennott is telling, according to him, the caste system consists of the following features: close corporation, hereditary, traditional organization, and it acts as the chief council, bound together by common occupation. Marriage and food aspects used for in the pollution, in case if they didn't follow, penalties, and finally irrevocable exclusion from the group. Second professor, Mr. Nesfield, according to his idea, the caste is a class disown the interaction and interrelationship with other class, and neither intermarry nor eat or drink with any persons of their own community. The third professor, Risley, collection of families bearing the common name with specific occupations, common descendant from the mythical ancestor or divine, and opined that they form the single homogeneous community. And lastly, Ketkar idea about the caste system is, according to him, there are the two features. Membership is through the birth, and membership forbidden by inexorable social laws to marry outside the group, in case if they will marry outside the group. Finally, the Ambedkar and other schemes are telling like this: caste is a isolated unit, a separate unit. Finally, this is the gist of the information. The idea of pollution is one of the best characteristic feature of caste. And we can also say how the caste system is working in Indian society means, particularly Hindu society means, based on the principle of purity and pollution. We can also write like that. He found in the Nesfield caste system, he observed absence of the dining, that is, interdining is not allowed in the Nesfield. Whereas in the Ketkar's idea features, they found prohibition of intermarriages, membership by autogeny. Autogeny means through their birth. And among the Hindus, there are two systems are important: endogamous and exogamous. Endogamous means caste is an endogamous unit. If anybody will ask you what is caste, you can directly shooting answer is at the interview level. You can say it is a separate group or endogamous unit. So within the same group, same caste people should marry, interact and dine, everything. But Gotras are exogamous. Even though the people are marrying within their own caste, Gotra is a separate substatus. Two same persons belongs to the same Gotra should not marry. It is a forbidden. That's why Gotras are always exogamous. In case if they were not follow this exogamous and endogamous principles, they should pay penalty for their caste community elders. Ambedkar concluded there are two conditions. If it reflects the mathematical formula towards the cultural acceptance, cultural continuity. Example: if a man dies, that is, husband dies, wife as a widow, she should become the surplus, extra woman, extra person in the society. If the woman dies, husband become the extra person in the society. So any person who is the counterpart will be died, the other person is remaining, the leftovers will be called as the surplus. This is the mathematical analysis done by Mr. Ambedkar. How he is going to tie up with the caste system or marriage system. So, in the caste group, does not think about the surplus. They do not want the endogamy, break the endogamy. The caste main aim is maintain the endogamous. Endogamous means two persons should be paired. Any one cannot be live alone, or it should not become the surplus. If in case if they alone, if they live, if they become the surplus, that system will break the endogamy. That's why they are introduced two systems. If the woman as a widow, when he was alive in the as a name of the under the name of the surplus, she will be thrown to fire along with the husband when he is about to burn. By this, caste group is strictly keep up the caste endogamy, perfectly maintain the balance of the society. So here the caste system is also balancing the sexes, male and the female. They do not want to, in this view, they do not want to encourage the widow or widowhood system and also remarriages. All these will be cancelled. When you want to maintain the endogamy, these things are not practiced. Second, if the man as a widower, then the wife dies, at that time widower become the alone and the surplus. Surplus people should not be allowed to live in the society. So he should forcibly die. Here forcibly word is cancelled. Out of love towards the wife he may die. That is his individual choice. Or else he should go and marry the another girl. Why? Because the male dominated society. India was in earlier days particularly Hindu system, was male dominated society, what we call it as patriarchal society. He was not allowed to live alone. The caste society will encourage him to marry again. But if the widower marriages, there are two conditions. If he wants to marry the marriageable age girl. Marriageable age girl means she already attained to the puberty, ready for the production. But he was not allowed to marry the marriageable age girl. Why? Because the marriageable age girl is ready to marry the another boy who was marriageable age. So when she is ready to pair with another boy, why should she will be allowed to marry the widower? So that the widower is allowed to marry the girl who is not attained to the marriageable age, that is the puberty, that is nothing but girl child. So the widower should marry the girl child. The caste system is allowing to marry the girl child, but not the marriageable age girl. So, finally, he concluded that the Hindu society is prohibiting or stopping, ceasing or not allowing the widowhood and remarriages. At the same time, for the woman it is doing. For the men, they are encouraging the second marriage or the remarriage, not for the marriageable age girl, that is girl child. There is a lot of difference. So, widowed out of interest, if he wants to live, he should forcibly marry the girl child, or else he can die. The second marriage are more helping to keep up the endogamy through the male person, through the male surplus, but not from the female. By this, today's lecture is completed. Here, what Ambedkar is understood through the various foreign professors. No common dining, no intercaste marriages. What they observed is endogamous and exogamous systems. So endogamous is applicable for the caste system, exogamous is applicable for the gotras. Within the same caste you should marry, but not within the same gotras. That's why endogamous and exogamous. And purity and pollution also observed the foreign professors. And here also Ambedkar understood the mathematical formula: any impaired, a deceased wife or the deceased husband should not live on this earth. They should forcibly die. Forcible word is applicable only for the woman, widower. She should not live. If she live means her marital status is widow. If she is widow means surplus, extra. She may disturb the other family members because unable to control the emotions. So better to cancel, better to stop her life or seize her life by throwing on the fire. But in case of man, it is not like that. In case if he wants to die, that is his choice. But the society is encouraging the widower to remarry. To whom he should remarry? This is again the question mark. He should not remarry the marriageable age girl. Instead of that, girl child he can marry. By this system, second marriage for the widower will always keep up the endogamy promptly, permanently. So this is today's lecture. This is Bindu taking leave from the YouTube platform. When I am explaining the subject, you cannot see in other textbooks. So kindly go through systematically, listen properly. Hope that you can understand the general caste system is different. Various professors' ideology. Moreover, Ambedkar and Lohia ideology is more powerful rather than the other professors. Okay. Good day and good night. If possible, do subscribe.